why we should tax what, Nate? What are we taxing? Ah, yes. Tax the poor. No, we were. Um. I'm not gonna lie though, that sounds amazing. Yes. I mean, I can't lie, I love boiled chicken. No, it makes it really stringy, and like you can kind of shred a little bit, and then add like pasta sauce on it, and it's like spaghetti but chicken. So good. And not even. I know one who does baking recipes from like the 1800s all the way up until like the 50s, and that's really interesting. Wait, huh? No, physics, no, no. It shouldn't work. Spicy chest. Spicy chest. Did the what? I haven't checked actually. £10 of butter. Iraq. Someone landing over there. Oh, spicy chest. Come, come on. There we go. Are we going after two different spicy chests? Hold on. We're going. Another purple sniper rifle. That's the second one I found. Yeah. Cause I turn all the purple and gold heavies, or not heavies, hammers into bursts. But that's just because I can use the burst better. They're not great. They're good for like destroying buildings, but beyond that. Then again, my sniper rifle is better for that anyway. Gotcha. Oh, you went up, I went around. I have two half pot or not half pots. You have to stand still. Stand. Stand still. I need to find an assault rifle. Do we remember what he sells? Nothing good. Got it. It's a good conversation. I have to agree with you on that one. I love. Who's your favorite team? Yeah, favorite baseball team. Is that the oh, who are the wait, it's not Major League Baseball, is it? The Philadelphia Pirates? That's what I meant to say. I was thinking the Phillies. No, I was thinking the Phillies. Yeah. I remember playing baseball as a kid. My personal favorite team is the Atlanta Braves. I've always been a fan of the Braves, even before I knew they were any good. No, when I say I've always liked the Braves, I mean I liked them since I was literally about 5. I also like the Phillies. That's why I got Pittsburgh. Because they think it's insensitive to Native Americans. The same, yeah, it's the same reason why they wanted the that's on fire. Alright, it's torches. It's the same reason why the Washington Redskins changed their name. We, like, people in the Native American community liked it. Like, it was inclusive for us. I say us, I'm not 100% Cherokee, but I do know that I do know many full-blood Cherokees, and they liked the Braves, they liked the Redskins, because it was like they were included. Now that they're not the Redskins, it's like, well, now they just took away what we had, essentially. Again, I keep saying we. I am not full-blooded Cherokee, or even half, but I am enough to say we. I have enough of it that I look Native American. And if people are allowed to say that they're female, I'm allowed to say I'm Native. No, you can. You can. Like, it was something that the Native American community. I know. I found a third one. You can have that one. Yeah, Looney Tunes. Yeah, it's just people don't. I hate people who protest about other cultures. Like, it's okay if you want to protest with African American. I do understand that people they need it sometimes. Some of them don't make any sense to me, but I also understand why they do it. No, it's just our personal belief. Like, I'm not hating anyone for doing it. Yeah, it's not like we're hating on anyone who does do any of it. I can see why they do it. Some of them confuse me a little bit, but I'm not gonna hate on it just because I don't know enough about it, so I can't say anything about it. The only thing I don't like is I get really upset when people like they protest on behalf of someone else, especially when it comes to Native American, because like one, your belief of what we want is not true. And we don't have say anyway, so like why would we want you to say it for us? Just give us the right to say it. I think that goes for every other race. Like, every race should have that ability to protest themselves instead of having someone else stand up for them. You can't tell I don't like social justice warriors. They confuse me, they infuriate me. And I'm not alone in that situation. And I I might have to take this out later. I will have to cut this out in post. I think that the way they do it is inherently racist. Well, I got a guy right here. Oh, I love it when that happens. He just left before I could actually kill him. I love making them angry like that. But yeah, like I don't hate on anyone for any sort of belief they have. They think they're doing the good thing. Go for it, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. I don't care. But there's a limit. Yeah. Yeah, what they believe. Yeah. There's how have we how have we found this many spicy chests? I don't. That one might be used to you. Not spicy, but it's a. Well, I grew up in a place where we got made fun of a lot in media because you know I grew up I grew up in a very much conservative um majority of population is white, and we're in the middle of the woods. We're what they would call hillbillies, which in and of itself is a derogatory term. Hillbilly is derogatory. Don't care who you are. But um, because of where I grew up, I also saw a lot of the injustice of Native Americans, and that's why I'm so avidly about it. Like, it wasn't until I was probably 5 that they got the ability to make their own money. I really hope they don't look over here and see me. I was just staring at them. I can't. Uh-oh. I am magic. Hmm. This is a good conversation. I think this would be as good a conversation as it is. It makes you think. Yeah, it's one that makes you think. Yes, it did. Yes. Yeah. That that is the best analogy I have ever heard. The analogy is very funny. I have not. That sounds amazing. But yeah, like, yes, there's injustice. Yes, some of the movements are justified, but I also feel like a lot, not a lot, but there are many out there, not a majority, obviously, but many that they take a problem and they spin it into being something that it's not. And that in itself is just not right. He won the fight by running everyone over. I love how they have to preference, he won. You see something, do something, but don't elevate it to be something that it's not. Don't try to take something into take something and make it a headline. If you firmly believe something, we just got marked. Actually, I know. Anyway, what I was saying was they did that once with video games, and they just decided to make it into a. Interesting. Moving on. Back to the conversation. Like there was it wasn't that long ago. I want to say it was like 5 years ago, where this one person kept talking very bad about video games, like harshly talking about video games, and a bunch of gamers got very upset about it. Obviously, as one does when you start talking about something that is literally some people's livelihood. And she made, I think it was proven that she made fake accounts, alternate accounts, to send herself death threats so that she could have police escorts and be put on the news for this. And it got proven, and she got in a lot of trouble for it. But like, yeah, that's one of the examples I'm giving is like, if you have something wrong and you feel like it's a good reason, like I'm not saying video games being violent is a good reason. It's been proven many times it's not. But don't. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, like no, this is like someone has actual mental problems that need medical treatment. Like it's not saying like they're like there's just wrong in general. It's like they actually have like a pre-existing condition, like schizophrenia is a good one. A lot of them have schizophrenia. Yes. If you are, like, if you're a normal, I don't want to say normal, but like, if you're a person who doesn't have pre-existing conditions, the likelihood of you going out and shooting up the school is extremely low. That, not impossible, I will not say it's impossible, but it's a whole lot lower than, say, if someone has a pre-existing condition like schizophrenia or, there was another one they gave that it was a good one. I can't remember what it was. It was like schizophrenia. Like, obviously, if someone has that, and especially like they're a younger kid, like maybe even into their teens, until they can get special treatment, make sure they're okay. Maybe limit what kind of games they can play. Maybe not give them like Call of Duty or something like that, where they. There was also one argument I saw that was inherently false, and I know you can also agree with this, where they said that video games teach kids how to use weapons. No. The argument there is that they can. No, the argument is that they can go and play Call of Duty and then they can go outside, pick up any gun, and know how to fire it. And how to kill anyone with it. It's like, no, that's not how that works. You cannot... From you also having shotguns, you know you can't just take a Glock in Fortnite, shoot a little bit, then go outside and be like, alright, this is how you shoot this. That's not how that works. Yeah. And also, it doesn't accurately, like, one of the arguments, this was actually from a news reporter. He said that any kid can go and pick up a 50 BMG, or a sniper rifle as he put it, from a video game, go outside and know instantly how to shoot that. It's like, no, that doesn't accurately portray the kickback. It doesn't accurately portray... It doesn't actually portray anything of that. It's like, that's inherently wrong. On this one, yeah, on this one I will pick a side. That's just wrong. You can't just go outside and instantly know how to use one. Does it make people... Yeah, you would hurt yourself before you knew how to shoot that gun. You need proper training on how to shoot and load a firearm, like, inherently. Yeah. Yeah. There's very few pistols that I can think of off the top of my head where you can actually physically do that. I think the Luger's actually one of them. No, even the Luger would break your whole hand if you did that. Well, I have to disagree with that viewpoint. I have to disagree with that viewpoint because we already have those systems in place. You have to get a background check to get a firearm. You have to do these things that people are saying that they want implemented. Those are already in place. It's not easy to go out. I physically can't just go out and buy a firearm. I think it would take 3 weeks. Those systems are in place. It's just people who aren't knowledgeable of it don't realize that those systems are in place. Literally to buy anything that is considered a firearm. Now there are some guns that are not considered firearms. Like if you buy a flintlock, that is not a firearm. You can just go buy one of those. But then again, you have one shot in a flintlock. Yeah. That is true, but those are also the thing I have with gun control is if you have gun control, all it does is take the guns away from the people who need them. Like the law-abiding people, because once you take and put gun control into where it's damn near impossible for anyone to get a gun, the criminals will still get guns. They don't care about the laws. The people who do obey the laws, they don't have the guns anymore. So it's the issue of I need it and I don't have it. I have that particular viewpoint because of the UK. They have that exact issue. And knives. They're trying to ban knives. Yes. there's no there was actually a fantastic example of that not long ago in Texas. The police took 50 minutes to go inside of a school shooting, an active school shooting, and the only reason it stopped was because an off-duty patrol or a border patrol officer came in, fought his way through the police barricade, and finally took out the armed suspect. That's the only reason that ended. That was a good example of a bad guy had a gun and a better guy with a gun ended it. Also, that one that was a couple years ago at the Texas church, where a churchgoer had a pistol. The guy started pulling out his own gun, and he just full on Marty Robbins did. He's just big iron on his hip out. I'm not joking. That was amazing. It is. It's fear mongering. Yeah. Yeah. That in itself is bad. Yeah, there was one reporter back in the day who he since retired, but after he retired, he looked at his producers and told them that if we continue to um, showcase these shooters in a school shooting or the mass murderers, then there will be more of them because they are getting attention for it. Whereas if we were to either say very little or nothing at all about the shooters and more about the victims, it would happen less because there's less media coverage on it. Just like talk less about the school shooting, just say this is the amount of people who died, these are the victims, and then move on. Yeah. Don't put light on the offender, put light on the victim. Make them, like right now, how many times can you think of how many times they've said these were the victims of this thing? I had to actively look up who were the victims of Columbine. That they weren't put in the media. Yeah, they showed here's the people who did it. It's like, well, I don't care about the people who did it. I want them, they did wrong. I don't care about them. I want to know what happened to the people. Obviously, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, is there something to look forward to in this? Are the families doing okay? Are they? Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about. Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. Infamous. Yeah. If you don't name the Yeah, like if you know who they are, don't give them nicknames. Don't say this was Ted Bundy, the whatever his name was. I know he had a nickname at one point. Ted Bundy was not the Unabomber. The only one I know is Jeffrey Dahmer or the Zodiac Killer because well we don't know that's the only name we know him by was the Zodiac Killer. So that one's understandable. We don't have any information on him, so we can't say his real name and just ignore him anymore. He's technically actively still at large, even though he's most likely dead by now. There needs to be less media coverage on perpetrators, is all I'm saying. Yeah. I want to hear if there's like something going on for them that I can donate to help with funeral expenses, medical expenses if they need it, you know, that kind of stuff. The important stuff, not, hey, this guy did this. Oh! I didn't know there was a guy right here. No, I think this is a good one. I'm gonna keep recording. Alright, and this one.